All right, good evening, my friends. This Ukraine biolab story just gets weirder and weirder, my friends. So, someone sent me this archive today. I'm not paying fucking Bloomberg. China pushes Russia conspiracy theory about U.S. labs in Ukraine. I was told those do not exist. This is misinformation, Russian disinformation, and a baseless conspiracy theory, my friend. Foreign Ministry urged the U.S. to name viruses stored in labs, and Beijing has yet to call Russia's military action an invasion. They are being neutral on the whole affair. So China accused the U.S. military of operating dangerous biolabs in Ukraine, echoing a Russian conspiracy theory that Western officials warned could be part of an effort to retroactively justify Vladimir Putin's invasion. U.S. biolabs in Ukraine have indeed attracted much attention recently, Chinese foreign military spokesperson Zhao Lijian said Tuesday in response to a question from a local reporter, adding that all dangerous pathogens in Ukraine must be stored in these labs and all research activities led by the U.S. side. So they go on to carry some smoke, run like a little smoke screen for the United States. I don't believe a word of what I'm about to read here. He called on all relevant sides to ensure the safety of these labs, and the U.S., as a party that knows the labs the best, should disclose specific information as soon as possible, including which viruses are stored and what research has been conducted. So, again, we were told these labs don't exist. That's just completely made up. And you're dangerous Russian conspiracy theorist. The comments mirror the diversion tactics, here we go, the smokescreen, diplomats used last year when questioned about the origins of COVID-19. Back then, they frequently pointed to Fort Detrick, a U.S. military facility in Maryland that the Soviet Union falsely claimed in the 80s was the source of the virus causing AIDS. I think Fauci was behind HIV, I'll be honest with you. And Zhao again referenced Tuesday. Okay, we don't care about what Britain's tweeting about. Since 1991, here's the smokescreen. Since 1991, a unit of the Department of Defense has cooperated with the former Soviet satellites, including Ukraine, to secure and take apart weapons of mass destruction that have been left behind. How many fucking labs do you need in 30 goddamn years to take apart all the weapons of mass destruction? I'm betting this bullshit story, cover story. The Nunn-Lugar Cooperative Threat Reduction Program is intended to support defense and military cooperation with the objective of preventing proliferation. That may be your stated mission statement, but I'm betting it's not happening. We'll see. So, Beijing Biden official says U.S. working with Ukraine to prevent bioresearch facilities from falling into Russian hands. Wait a minute. Hold the phone here. A week ago, these things didn't exist. Now they're admitting that the United States is working with Ukraine to prevent bioresearch facilities from falling into Russian hands. Oh shit. On Tuesday, Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs Vicky Kazarian Mafia Newland told the Senate that the U.S. is working with Ukraine to protect biological research labs as Russia continues its attacks on the Eastern European nation. This is a post-millennial, by the way. And let's listen to what this bitch has to say. She is completely full of shit. And in case you didn't know about her, she basically organized an election overthrow in 2014, the whole Euromaidan incident. She was in charge of running that, and she famously said on a conference call, "Fuck the EU." Proud moment in European history. But basically, she caused all the instability that's been basically plaguing Ukraine to this date, so it's no surprise that she barnacled on to the Beijing Biden administration after being a miserable disgrace in the Obama administration. So let's listen to this cunt. And listen to this worthless piece of shit, Rubio, representing my state, the great state of Florida.
Does Ukraine have chemical or biological weapons?
Simple yes or no answer. She chooses her words very carefully, very lawyer-like.
Ukraine has biological research facilities.
Okay, they're just benign biological research facilities, okay? What are you scared of?
Which, in fact, we are now quite concerned Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of. So we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces.
So the Department of Defense is working with the Ukrainians to ensure that the Russians don't get access to those materials. Very curious. I was told these things didn't exist. Apparently they exist, and we are involved in them, and their purpose is yet to be known, but judging on how cautious she's answering this, it's probably up to no good. And this next question is also fucking just gold. Well, I should say a dumpster fire. Here we go.
Should they approach?
I'm sure you're aware that the Russian propaganda groups are already putting out there all kinds of information about how they've uncovered a plot by the Ukrainians to release biological weapons in the country and with NATO's coordination. If there's a biological or chemical weapon incident or attack inside of Ukraine, is there any doubt in your mind that 100% it would be the Russians that would be behind it?
There is no doubt in my mind, Senator.
That was a total softball question, by the way, because she's setting up this answer, and I'll tell you why here in a second.
And it is classic Russian technique to blame on the other guy what they're planning to do themselves.
Last question.
So pretty much you can guarantee there will be a false flag bio or chemical attack in Ukraine, and it will be blamed on Russia, and most likely will result in the implementation of a no-fly zone and then World War III, my friends. So who's this bitch, you're saying? Vicky Maidan Maiden Nuland, husband Robert Kagan, also Kazarian, one of the leaders of the neocons, the Project for the New American Century. Oh, God, they're awful. Who worked with Bill Kristol. Oh, Russia Gators, by the way, too. Never Trumper, Russia Gators. So Bill Kristol, also Kazarian, worked on the hoax that Saddam Hussein had built a 9/11 training facility in Iraq. Yes. Ms. Newland's husband is partially responsible for the disastrous United States invasion of Iraq, my friends. And I believe Robert Kagan is Elena Kagan's Supreme Court Justice, Elena Kagan, documented lesbian. Her father, yes, it's amazing how interconnected all these Khazarians are, my friends. It's kind of sickening when you think about it, but all mafia members, my friends, all mafia members. And this Vicky Nuland is fucking the face of evil. She is an evil, evil person who's going to burn in hell. And she's aged poorly, so she's probably not doing so hot health-wise. But I'll just refrain from any comment on that. Yeah, her ass is probably wider than a watermelon. So anyway, that's it. That's all we're going to do. Thanks for watching. I may have another video tonight. We'll see. It's a tough one to get through, my friends, so we'll see if I can pull it off. So thanks for watching. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Stock up some food, by the way. Stock up on some food. All right. God bless.